Welcome to Politics NY with Skye. Behind the curtain, we are with Felice Farber. She is Senior Director of Policy and External Affairs for the General Contractors Association, a trade association here in New York City. So welcome to the show, Felice.
Thank you, Skye. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's great to see you. So I'd love for you to tell everyone how you came into this role with the General Contractors Association.
Sure, I would love to. And I just want to say up front, I've loved watching all your interviews with the city council, the newly elected city council members. It's really been terrific and informative.
It's a fun way to meet people this way, to talk to them just candidly about who they are and how they got there.
It is great, and it's a great icebreaker as well. So my career was not a linear path. I'd always wanted to be a lawyer. I grew up, there were two professions you were allowed from my parents, a lawyer or a doctor. I became a lawyer. My brother became a doctor. And I started out, working for a big law firm doing securities litigation, and I was miserable. And I was always interested in policy and politics and how to get stuff done. And I left big law and went to work for the city in the Department of Transportation, because really city government is all about policy and how do you implement stuff that makes life better for everyday New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I had a variety of different positions working for the city. And then at a conference, I met a person who was working for the General Contractors Association. And they said, we're looking for a new position, a new person. Are you available? Are you interested? And I was like, yeah, of course. And, the funny thing about this is it really is all about policy. How do you advocate for smart investments that make New York a better place?
Yeah. So what are some of the priorities now working with the General Contractors Association? I mean, we're moving forward. We have a whole new city council, like you mentioned, new mayor, we have new governor, we're going to have all new agency heads. So how do you navigate this?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity to really figure out how do we take, the increased federal funding that we have and build a better New York. How do we advance critical projects? We really need to get Gateway moving. That is an essential project. We need to invest in resiliency and improve our ability to withstand storms. We need to improve our transit access out to the airports. There's so many critical infrastructure projects that we need to be doing. And I think now is a great opportunity to figure out how do you do it more efficiently? How do you streamline government? I think a lot of the tools are starting to be in place. And we're excited about the potential for, a new city and state administration to really help deliver on those projects and figure out how you do so more efficiently, how you streamline project delivery. And just get the process out of the way so you can really focus on, how do you minimize the impact on the public? How do you better deliver what is smart projects? Even things like our water and sewer capacity. Southeast Queens, we've done a lot of investment in new sewer systems in Southeast Queens, but we need to think about how does the stormwater system in New York handle heavy, the once in 100-year, now once every 6 month heavy storms, and not flood the system, or so there's lots of critical projects out there that we're excited about.
Right, but these things, right, they take a long time to implement. You mentioned gateway infrastructure. These are projects that take a long period of time, years. So is there an onboarding process now with so many new people taking public office to get them up to speed on what's happening?
I think there are a lot of good people below the top levels, and a lot of good processes that are in place. So I think as long as leadership is committed to advancing important public works and can really set priorities and move those projects forward, I think you can see it delivering. I think the challenge is that a lot of state and local agencies have lost a lot of personnel over the years and haven't been able to hire. And that lack of staffing and lack of kind of historical knowledge impacts the government's ability to advance critical projects.
Mhm. And are we seeing more of these people coming back online since the pandemic? Because I know that was a big time for a slowdown as well.
Well, the pandemic has really been a challenge because city government especially was not putting out a lot of projects. I mean, they really stopped their capital program. And so when you start trying to catch up after a year and a half of no work, you have a big gap, and it impacts a lot of the medium and smaller companies' ability to keep going.
Mhm. So is there one thing that you hope to see now in 2022?
I hope to see an energized city administration that is committed to really making New York a better place, delivering capital projects more efficiently, really investing in our core infrastructure that's essential to New York, and working in partnership with the contractors and with the trade associations to really deliver for New York, for the taxpayers.
Mhm. Okay, so we look forward to good things and great things. And thank you, Felice Farber, Senior Director of Policy and External Affairs from the General Contractors Association, for being part of Politics NY with Skye.
Thank you so much, Skye.